It's another week, and you know, I woke up this morning feeling so full of energy. I had like a good 8 hours sleep. I didn't do any work over the weekend and I felt really rested. Since it's going to be a warm one, I've decided to walk the kids to school and then go for a run straight away. I only have like 3 hours in which to work today because by 1 PM I'm starting a recording session for the podcast. I've just recorded 2 podcasts back to back, which I never do, and actually it worked quite well. I knew that we had to start and end bang on time, but also all of that time setting stuff up like this, or getting in the zone, like maximise the time. I've heard of some podcasters who will like record loads of episodes all in one day. You remember how last week no one turned up? I wish that had happened this week as well. Do you know what I did realise though? There is no point trying to keep up with people who have been coming to boot camp week in, week out, every week, for months or even years. That is freelancing. If you're a new freelancer, or even if you've been doing it for a year, it can be easy to try and compare and compete and try and keep up with the people who've been doing it 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 years. It doesn't take that long necessarily to catch up, but don't feel bad and don't kill yourself trying to keep up. I've been trying to get to bed at a decent time recently, like 10, half 10, but last night was a late one. I was uploading videos for clients to review and I was adding expenses and sorting out finance stuff. Anyway, sometimes this stuff just has to be done. I've got a script to write this morning and then I've got to take Susie Cat to the vets, and I wanted to have the first draft done before we went to the vets. And do you know what isn't helping? Scrolling through Instagram and Twitter. Just find if my phone is in reach sometimes, I will pick it up. And you don't see me do that because obviously I filmed this vlog on my phone. Anyway, I'm going to toss my phone to the other side of the room and I'm not allowed to look at it until I've written something. Siri, are you able to stop videos on phones? Well, that was nice. Had a change of scene, got my script done, and in fact got it done a day ahead of schedule, and took a call about another script project that they need help on. It's nice to have a change of scene working in town today. It's been a good week. I feel on top of things. I feel like I've got lots done. One of the reasons I feel good about this week and also looking forward to next week is I've been really conscientiously filling in my Trello boards, like everything that comes in, because I have so many projects going on at the moment. Everything that comes in goes onto Trello, because if I don't, I will easily forget something. And not letting all of those to-dos fill up my brain, but instead let them fill up a piece of software also lets me let go come the weekend, like this weekend. One of the things I've been doing is reaching out to new writers to work with me on a big ongoing project which is about to kick off this week and last for the next month. lots of scripts to be written. I've formed a team in the past, so I've reached out to those guys, but I've also reached out to new writers who I've met through the podcast to see if they'd be interested. So the kids are dropped at school. It is technically week 2 of boot camp. I'm not going. I mean, I can give you any number of excuses if you like. More importantly, I have so much work suddenly on and people who need me to get back to them, and I can't afford to waste 2 hours. So it is Wednesday all of a sudden. Last night was very nice, and then when I came home, even though it was late, I sent some briefs to one of the writers that I've brought on board for this big script writing project, because she is in Australia. Whilst it was bedtime for me, she would have been getting up, so I wanted her to have it at the start of her day. Now I have very excitedly just received an animation in full, which is awesome, but it's going to be made even better by adding sound design to it. So I need to do the sound design for that and get that off, mix out a couple of other videos, get them off. We've had a great reaction to another video from a client who's been a bit tricky in the build up to it, so it's really nice to hear. In fact, they said, "You made my day," which was nice. So yes, gotta keep ticking that over, but I also have lots of other things. There's just so much going on at the moment. Man. And I'm trying to put into place all of the stuff that I have picked up over the last, year or two in particular, where when I sense Overwhelm coming, that I kind of just go, right, I see you, Overwhelm, this is what I'm going to do about it. I'm using all the tools that I've got at my disposal, like the way I'm using Trello and spreadsheets, and I am using all of the lovely people who I have around me in my network now to support me and to get things done. But there's just so much work, and so much of it seems to be needing to be done at the same time for lots of different people. I know I have to not panic. I know ultimately I have to focus and get the work done. I'm doing that, like I'm switching off email, I'm not checking Twitter and Instagram, but it's still a lot. And I realised actually I've never really explained, the way I have multiple clients and multiple projects, and I know I bring it on all myself, but I've never actually explained it, so maybe I should. So at the moment I have this client here has got 2 videos being made at the moment, which need to be finished by the end of this week. For the same company, I'm dealing with somebody else, and that person has got 4 videos on the go. Now this client has got 25 videos already made. I didn't make them, but they want them translated and subtitles into 11 different languages. That is a lot of stuff. Again, they seem to want this finished this week, despite the fact that project's been going on for months, which is fine. But as you can see, there's quite a lot needing to be done this week. On top of that, another person's come along. That person wants 49 scripts written over the next 4 weeks. The good thing is I'm getting help with writing these scripts. So some of that workload is taken off of me, but I need to find those extra writers and sort of teach the new ones how to do it, and then I still need to edit all of the scripts. So it's only a little bit, it's still quite painful to tread on. Another client for whom we've been making a video for ages, they need to get that wrapped up by the end of next week. We're on final review process. The good thing about this one is that I have another editor working on it for me. Then we have one of my favourite clients, who at the moment I need to do 2 videos for, okay? So a couple of videos for them. They need to be finished by the end of next week. However, this client, because they're amazing, are also entering awards, and I need to help them get all the assets together to enter the awards. So actually there's a bit of extra work done there. I don't have to do too much, but I still need to help them, and I need to do that by the end of this week, despite the fact that I'm off to France. Then I have a new person who has come in. 3 videos done. Thankfully, not until the end of July, but the scripts still need to be written for those. So again, more on my plate there. Then I have my lovely French client. I need to go through all of the documents and get them revoiced and reanimated where appropriate. So that person actually has about 40 or 50 videos, which again, need to be sorted. And I have a client in America who did a video 2 years ago but has decided all of a sudden that they want it changed, so I've got to wrestle once more with that one. Plus I have some extra people asking for voiceovers, and the lovely people who I did the medical scripts for also need 2 scripts written
and tackled over the next 2 weeks. So I've got to do those ones. Plus, don't forget, I also have the podcast which needs to go out, and then there is the elephant in the room. You are watching this vlog, but I've already had to decide that I won't have edited this week's vlog, so the one you're watching will be 2 weeks condensed, correct? Unless I've really screwed it up, and you're watching 3 in a row. So yes, the elephant in the room is the fact that the vlog needs doing as well, and I'm rapidly running out of space. Next week, I'm speaking at National Freelance Heroes Day about using video as a freelancer. I haven't done that either. And so that is why I have a lot going on, competing for space. That is why Trello is saving me, outsourcing stuff is saving me, turning stuff down is helping to save me. But nevertheless, it still feels like a lot.
Been thinking overnight about the big script writing project. The thing is, it's kind of just landed on my desk without any prior booking in, if you see what I mean, which means I haven't been able to book in my team of writers, who are, most of them, busy and so can't start for another week or two, which left me to basically write the best part of 16 scripts by myself for next Friday. And overnight I thought, you know what, on top of everything else, this is just unrealistic. Like, this is gonna kill me. Somehow I realised that I was agreeing to punish myself for something that I didn't need to agree to do. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, I decided to speak to the client, and they have agreed to get other writers to work on the first batch of scripts for next week. So I will provide some of them and they will provide the others. Which just goes to show that sometimes you just gotta talk to them, and talk to them soon enough. Like, it's still well over a week and a half away, so there's time for them to find other solutions. So it kind of sucks, but it feels like something's been lifted off me already from that to-do list, so that's a good start. Well, this is a bit different. Honestly, paying for that business lounge this morning was the best thing ever. Do you know, I was worrying ahead of the weekend of coming here, because if I'd have been at home, I would have worked all weekend in order to catch up on all this work that I've got going on. But because of coming away, actually it made me turn down a project. It made me get really organised, and it forced me to take a break. And it feels like I'm hoping I'm going to go back feeling refreshed and ready to attack that next piece of work. Like, if I hadn't have had this booked in weeks ago, I wouldn't have come. It's great to have things like this scheduled in and then just take that moment to chill out. And what a beautiful place to do it. Party time and chilling out.